Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to talk about how to feel more confident. I'll guarantee you if you watch till the end of this video, you're going to feel more confident. Confidence is not complicated, so stop making it complicated. The thing is, if you start thinking about confidence as something simple that you can learn, your brain starts thinking about it that way. So it actually becomes easier. You're already one step ahead because you're watching this video. The first thing about self-confidence is to realize that you need to work on it. So if you're watching content related to self-confidence, that means you're self-aware and you know that this is something you need to work at. Why do I say self-confidence is a simple thing? Because basically it boils down to you feeling good about yourself and you trusting yourself. That's it. People who are confident that you look up to and you think, oh, this is my role model when it comes to self confidence, they're not perfect. And you don't have to have massive achievements. You don't have to be a billionaire or have your own business or be the fittest person on the planet in order to feel confident. Confidence at the end of the day is a state of mind. You see how some people say confidence is delusion? Well, I think lack of confidence is also delusional. But if confidence is delusion, then having confidence and being delusional is better than not having confidence and being delusional. Or delusional either way. So why not choose the delusion that makes you feel good about yourself and makes you go far in life? But here I'm not going to teach you how to be delusional. I'm going to actually teach you how to really be confident, how to really feel good about yourself. And that's very achievable. You can feel that right now. You can feel that every day. But what I need you to do is to get a pen and paper. In order to do this practice, you need to write some stuff down. If you don't have a pen and paper, you can pause this video, open your notepad in your phone, and then type in there. It's actually better if you have it in your phone because you can read it anytime you need to. I'm not a professional, I'm not a psychologist, but I'm somebody who's developed self esteem and self love and self confidence. I've actually been successful. So I'm going to teach you what worked for me. And I believe with my whole heart that it actually works. Trust me, it works. If by the end of this video you don't feel more confident and you don't feel more comfortable about yourself, feel free to swear at me in the comment section. Let's imagine self confidence has three sections: self love, self respect, and self belief or self trust. So, all of those combined can be self confidence. Let's start with something easy. In order to be confident, you need to feel like you're a successful person. You need to believe that you can achieve things. And the things that you can achieve don't have to be major. It just has to be stuff that you've achieved and you feel good about them. And you've already achieved some stuff in your life. And if you're sitting there telling me, no, I haven't achieved anything, you're delusional. You have achieved stuff. Have you finished school? Do you have a driver's license? Do you know how to ride a bicycle? Do you know how to read and write? Can you make toast? I know these things don't sound major, but those are things that you taught yourself or learned and achieved, and you were successful at achieving them. Finishing school is a success. Getting a driver's license is a success. Learning something, learning to ride a bicycle, learning to make toast is a success. You successfully learned to make some food for yourself. First thing you need to write down on that piece of paper or on your notes is the things that I have achieved. You can write up to 3 of them, but the longer the list, the better. This part is very important. They have to be stuff that you, for a fact, achieved. It can be the smallest thing in the world. And the interesting thing is, once you start thinking about the things that you've achieved, you realize how much you've achieved so far. It doesn't matter how old you are. Everyone has a very long list of the things that they successfully achieved. Do you have a job? Can you make money? If you have a job and if you can make money, it means you're successful at making money. I don't care how much the money is. and that you were a successful candidate at a job interview. That's an achievement. I don't care what your job is. It doesn't matter. You were successful at landing a job. So I leave the rest of it to you. You can pause this video and write down 3 things that you've achieved in your life. Once you're done with that, now we move on to the next part. Self-love. You don't have to start with the things that you don't love about yourself. We all have things that we love about ourselves, and we all have things that we'd like to change about ourselves. That's even the most self-confident, self-loving people, they still have things about themselves that they would like to change. But that doesn't mean that you don't love yourself. It can be anything about you. I want you to write down at least 3 things about you. It could be physical, mental, skill, anything that you love about yourself. And don't tell me that you hate yourself and there's nothing about you you don't love, because that's also delusional. Everyone, even the most self-hate, self-loathing person in the world, has something about them that they love. It could be your hair, it could be your skin, it could be the tone of your voice. It could be your handwriting. It could be your fingernails. It could be your sense of humor. It could be your kindness. I don't want you to think about the things that you hate about yourself and the things that you'd like to change about yourself. For the sake of this practice, I want you to solely focus on the things that you know you love about yourself. Now you can pause this video and make the list. Okay, let's move on to self-respect. I want you to make a list about the things that you respect about yourself, and it has to be real. And the way you can think about this practice is quality that you have that if you see in somebody else, you would respect that person. I'll give you some examples. Maybe you're somebody who takes care of their nan, and if you see somebody else taking care of their nan, you'd respect that. You're somebody who doesn't throw rubbish in the street, and if you see somebody else not throwing rubbish in the street, you would respect that person. So you can write down on the piece of paper, I'm somebody who never throws rubbish in the streets, and I respect that about myself. It doesn't even have to be something you do. It could be some sort of belief that you have, some sort of attitude that you have that you think is respectable. Maybe you're somebody who believes in fairness and you think people who are fair are respectable. Maybe you're somebody who has faith of some sort and you think, oh, I actually respect faithful people and I'm one of them, so I have respect for myself. One thing I can definitely tell that you respect yourself about by the fact that you're watching this video is this. You're watching this video and this video is about self-improvement, improving self-confidence, wanting to enjoy life a bit more, wanting to feel good about yourself. So you're somebody who wants to better themselves, and that's respectable. You're actually doing something about it. What you're doing about it is you're going online and looking up content about how to improve yourself, how to make yourself more confident, how to better yourself. That, I think, is a generally respectable thing. So you should respect yourself for that. You see how easy it is? It doesn't have to be anything perfect. You have all of these things that you respect about yourself, all of these things that you love about yourself and like about yourself, all of these things that you've achieved in life. You have them. You have all of them already. There is not a single person on this planet who hasn't achieved something, who doesn't have nothing that they love about themselves, and who has nothing that they respect about themselves. That is just delusional if you think you're somebody who has none of those. I'm one of those people who believes not having confidence is more delusional than having confidence. Because when you don't have confidence, when you don't have self-respect, when you don't have self-love, you're not looking at yourself realistically. You've survived life up to this point. There must be something right about you. You must be doing something right. Now, if you want to take your self-confidence to another level, after you write the list about the things that you've achieved, you can make another list of the achievable things that you can start working on from this day onward. And the reason I'm saying achievable is because confidence gets boosted whenever we improve in something or we achieve something. And that doesn't matter what they are. It can be something very small, something I've actually done, and I know it works. It did make me feel a lot more confident when I started doing this. Let's say you have some very small goal you've been postponing. It could be anything. Maybe you'd like to have a better handwriting. Maybe you want to be a bit more tactful. Maybe you want to be somebody who reads a lot more. Maybe you'd like to learn how to make a certain pasta dish that you've never made before. Maybe you're somebody who likes to learn how to be more organized. You see, all of these things are very achievable things because all you need to do is look up online how to get better at handwriting, how to make a pasta dish, how to be more organized, how to be more tactful, all of that. One of the things I'd like to improve in and I'm working on and I'm feeling better about is my English. English is not my native language, but I've always loved it. I know I speak good English, but I want to speak better, to be more clear. It's not because I'm perfectionist. I already love the way I speak. But the more clearer I become in my speech and more fluent, I feel much more better. And the way I achieve this goal is I use the times that, let's say when I'm doing the dishes, I listen to a pronunciation podcast, or I listen to some YouTube channels that teach new words, correct pronunciations, stuff like that. This is something I do when I'm doing something else that I have to do throughout the day. I'm not actually even investing extra time in it. I'm multitasking. At the same time, I'm achieving a goal that I'd like to achieve, and that would make me feel more confident as well as helping me achieve my goal. So see if you can find stuff that are simple like this and are achievable, and you can add those things in your list of achievements. And you can add this in the list of things that you respect about yourself, because somebody who takes action in achieving their goals is somebody respectable, in my opinion. So you can add that to your list as well. And also, it's something admirable. I love that about myself. And I think you should love that about yourself, that you are somebody who takes action in achieving their goal. That on its own is something adorable. That's all I had for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Write me in the comments about your thoughts on this video. Write me some of the stuff on your list. I'm curious, I want to know. See you next time.